Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Pramila Mataji. Please wait a few minutes.
No
Uh,
problem.
I'll make the announcement at
Oh,
7:45, and then after that, I will invite you to read, okay?
no
Thank you.
problem. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My name is Sriji Kishori Dasi, and I'd like to welcome you all to today's Chad Plus session. I'd like to announce the reciters for today's session. We are reading from Canto 3, Chapter 29, verses 16 to 30 of the Srimad Bhagwatam. The Sanskrit verses will be read by Maitri Mataji, and the English translation will be by Pramila Mataji. Also, at about 8:40, we'll have a nice bhajan called the Chaurastakam. It'll be sung by Kirti Da Dulali Mataji, and the English translation will be by Girish Prabhuji. Our class will be facilitated by His Grace Amogha Dasa a bit later once the once the recitations are over. So, Maitri Mataji, when you're ready, please start reading the Sanskrit verses by reciting the Om Namo Bhagavate 3 times, and then you can start, okay?
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you, Sriji Kishori Mataji, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay. Text 16. मध्यस्नया दर्शना स्पर्शा पूजा स्तुति अभिवंदने भूतेषु मद्भावानाया सत्त्वेन संगमेन च.
Hare Krishna, everyone. The devotee should regularly see my status in the temple, touch my lotus feet, and offer worshipable paraphernalia and prayer. He should see in the spirit of renunciation from the mode of goodness and see every living entity as spiritual.
महातं बहुमानेन दीनानाम् अनुकम्पया मैत्र्या चैवात्मातुलेषु यामेन नियमेन च.
The pure devotee should execute devotional service by giving the greatest respect to the spiritual master and the acharyas. He should be compassionate to the poor and make friendship with persons who are his equals. But all his activities should be executed under regulation and with control of the senses.
Text 18. आध्यात्मिका श्रवणान् नाम संकीर्तना चा मे अजवेन रयासाङ्गेन अहंकार क्रिया तथा.
A devotee should always try to hear about spiritual matters and should always utilize his time in chanting the holy name of the Lord. His behavior should always be straightforward and simple, and although he is not envious but friendly to everyone, he should avoid the company of persons who are not spiritually advanced.
Text 19. Mad dharmano guner ete parisam shuddha asaya purushas asyanjas abheti shruta matra gunam himam.
When one is fully qualified with all these transcendental attributes and his consciousness is thus completely purified, he is immediately attracted simply by hearing my name or hearing of my transcendental quality.
Text 20. Yatavata ratho grahanam avrinkte gandh asayat evam yogaratam cheta atmanam avikariyat.
As the chariot of air carries an aroma from its source and immediately catches the sense of smell, similarly, one who constantly engages in devotional service in Krishna consciousness can catch the Supreme Soul who is equally present everywhere.
Text 21. Aham sarveshu bhuteshu bhutatma vashishtita sada tam avyajnana mamartya kurute archa vidambanam.
I am present in every living entity as the super soul. If someone neglects or disregards that super soul everywhere and engages himself in the worship of the deity in the temple, that is simply imitation.
Text 22. Yomam sarveshu bhuteshu santam atmanam ishvaram hitvacham bhajate maudhyat bhasmani eva juhoti sa.
One who worships the deity of Godhead in the temples but does not know that the Supreme Lord, as Paramatma, is situated in every living entity's heart must be in ignorance and is compared to one who offer um, oblations into ashes.
Text 23. Dushyata parakaye ma manino bhinna darshina bhuteshu badhave rasya namana shantim rachati.
One who offers me respect but is envious of the bodies of others and is therefore a separatist never attains peace of mind because of his in inimical behavior towards other living entities.
Text 24. Aham uchavache dravye kriyayo kriyayotpannayangahe naiva tushye archito archyam bhutagrama vama aniha.
My dear mother, even if he worships with proper rituals and paraphernalia, a person who is ignorant of my presence in all living entities never pleases me by the worship of my deities in the temple.
Text 25. Archadav archayetavad ishvaram mam swakarma krit yavanna veda swaheti sarvabhutesh avashtitam.
Performing his prescribed duties, one should worship the deity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead until one realizes my presence in his own heart and in the hearts of other living entities as well.
Text 26. Atmanascha parasyapi ya karoti antarodaram tasya bhinna drisho mrityu vidhade bhayam ulbanam.
As the blazing fire of death, I cause great fear to whoever makes the least discrimination between himself and other living entities because of a differential outlook.
Text 27. Athamam sarvabhuteshu bhutatmana krita alayam arahe danam mana abhyam maitreya abhinena chakshusha.
Therefore, through charitable gifts and attention, as well as through friendly behavior, and by viewing all to be alike, one should propitiate me who abide in all creatures as their very self.
Text 28. Jiva shreshta hi ajivanam तथा प्राणाभृता शुभे तथा सचित्त प्रवारास ततश्चेन्द्रिया वृत्तया.
Living entities are superior to inanimate objects, O blessed Mother, and among them, living entities who display life symptoms are better. Animals with developed consciousness are better than them, and better still are those who have developed sense perception.
Text 29. Tatrapi sparshavedibhya प्रवरा रसवेदिना तेभ्यो गन्धाविधा श्रेष्ठास् तथा शब्दविदो वरः.
Among the living entities who have developed sense perception, those who have developed the sense of taste are better than those who have developed only the sense of touch. Better than them are those who have developed the sense of smell, and better still are those who have developed the sense of hearing.
Text 30. रूपभेदाविदस्तत्र ततश्चोप्यतो दातः तेषां बहुपदः श्रेष्ठास् चतुष्पदस्ततो द्विपत्.
Better than those living entities who can perceive sound are those who can distinguish between one form and another. Better than them are those who have developed upper and lower sets of teeth, and better still are those who have many legs. Better than them are the uh, quadrupeds, and better still are the human beings.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for the beautiful recitations. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Sorry for the mistakes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for very beautiful recitations. Okay, thank you, dear devotees, for kindly joining this evening to hear Srimad Bhagwatam and also giving this opportunity to speak. So today, Krishna Govindas Prabhuji is not available due to other engagement. So I was given this opportunity to speak. Okay, before we enter into Srimad Bhagwatam, we shall offer Mangalacharan prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य अज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांशं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांशम्। हे कृष्ण करुण सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिविकासस्वामी इति नामिने। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृणुतं स्वकथाः कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृद्यन्तस्त्वह्य भद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृसतां नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी एते चांशकलाः पुंसः कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयम् इन्द्रारिव्याकुलं लोकं रुढयन्ति युगे युगे इदं भागवतं नाम पुराणं ब्रह्मसंहितम् उत्तमश्लोकचरितं चकार भगवान् ऋषिः निःश्रेयसाय लोकधन्यं स्वस्तये नमः कृष्णे स्वदामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः स्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेशुमि स्नेहपाशम् इमं चिन्त्य दृढं पाण्डुषुरुष्णिषु त्वयिमेनन्यविषया मधुरमदपति असकृत् रतिमुद्वाहदर्धगङ्गेव बहुमुदन्वति श्रीकृष्ण कृष्ण सख विष्णुर्षुभाव निद्रग्राजन्योंशिदहनानपवर्गवीर्य गोविन्द गोद्विजसुरार्थ हरावतार योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते तुलयामलवेनापि न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं भगवत्सङ्गसङ्गस्य मच्चाणां किमुतशः पुनश्च भूयात् भगवत्यनन्ते रतिः प्रसङ्गाश तदाश्रयेषु महस्त्वयां याम् उपयामि सृष्टिं मैत्रसु सर्वत्र नमो द्विजेभ्यः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामिने गौरत्विषे नमः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं श्रीचैतन्यप्रभुं वन्दे बालोऽपि यदनुग्रहात् तरेन्नानमतग्राह व्याप्तं सिद्धान्तसागरं श्रीचैतन्यप्रभुं वन्दे यत्पादाश्रयविदितः सङ्गृह्णाति आकर्वातात् अज्ञः सिद्धान्तसन्मनीन् ओम नमो भगवते राधा गोविंदाय नमः हरे कृष्णा okay, thank you for kindly waiting. I shall share my screen. Okay, so in the Srimad Bhagwatam the beautiful part of the time to discuss is whenever we discuss Srimad Bhagwatam. Okay, so in the Srimad Bhagwatam, in the last session on Friday, we have seen third canto, chapter 29, verses 25, 26, 27, where Kapil Bhagavan is describing one should see all the living entities with equal vision by giving respect according to their position. So, Atamam Sarabhuteshu Bhutatmanam Krutalayam Arhyad Danamanabhyam Maitriya Abhinnena Chakshusha. So there are also Arhyat Danamanabhyam by giving charity, by respecting with the friendly nature. So in this way, one should see those things like Atmavat Sarvabhuteshu. They are also like ourselves. This is Pandit. This is Chanakya Pandit also says that Matrivat Paradhareshu, Losmavat Paradhavyeshu, Atmavat Parabhuteshu, Atmavat Parabhuteshu, Sarvabhuteshu. So all living entities also just like just like ourselves. Yah pasyati sa panditaha. Whoever sees with equal vision and someone's wife as his mother and someone's money as just like a stones and all other living entities are also just like him. Yah pasyati sa panditaha. He is a learned person. Vidya vinaya sampanni brahmane gavihastini shuni chayo supake cha panditaha samadarshinaha. Okay, that way Kapil Bhagavan is explaining how one has to see all the living entities. So further today we are covering 28, 29, 30, 31 shlokas, but it is actually set of 6 shlokas all go together. It is the hierarchy of all the living, hierarchy of the consciousness, the ascending hierarchy of consciousness. So it covers shlokas 28 to 33. But today we are covering only 4 shlokas. Where Kapila Bhagavan describes there are living entities which are animate and inanimate. Animate living entities or living entities with life, without life. And then with life, which can animate, which show the life symptoms, they're better. And further, which have got sense perception, they are a little better than the lower ones. Likewise, as we see here, inanimate matter further than which shows symptoms, further sense of taste. There are further levels. Let me just bring another one. Okay, this is the very beautiful, very long one. Inanimate matter, first step, this is called ajivas. And the next one is life symptoms, which have got, which shows like the trees, plants, and then further sense of touch, sense of taste, sense of smell. This is a gradual step by step of ascending process of consciousness. Sense, but in terms of the soul, the life existence, it is the same, but the consciousness is progressive. Sense of hearing, recognition of form and upper and lower teeth, and which have got and living entities with four-legged creatures, living entities with many-legged creatures, and then four-legged creatures, and then two-legged creatures, that is human society, and out of that, Varnashrama is the best. Like, and further beyond that, um, who Brahmana is the best, and out of Brahmanas, who knows Veda, who is studying the Vedas, he is best. Out of them, who understands the meaning of the Vedas, he is best. Out of them, who can explain the Shastras to others, he is the best. And better than him, uh, who is performing by Acharati, who is executing those duties perfectly, he is best. And better than him, who has renounced his results of his activities, he is best. Out of such kind of people who has surrendered himself onto the Supreme Lord, he is the best. And beyond that, so here Kapil Bhagavan describes he is the person who is always engaging in the devotional service for the pleasure of the Lord. Nirantara, all the time. This 20, 21, and 22, 23, and also 24. Up to this part, Kapil Bhagavan is explaining here, who has surrendered completely himself unto the Lord, and akattuhu samadarshanath. And further beyond that, is a very beautifully, this chart GPT has created very nicely when I have given those inputs, like, and beyond that, prema bhakti. Here, Ananya Bhakti, Prema Bhakti, Krishna Prema, um, uh, Krishna Prema Parakasta, the highest ecstasy of a divine Prema. And beyond that, Krishna's nearest devotee, going nearer to Krishna. And then Krishna's confidential servant. And then entering Krishna's abode. And then the highest achievement is the eternal loving service to Sri Sri Radha Krishna. Okay, this is the topmost. But Kapil Bhagavan in this shloka, in the Srimad Bhagwatam, he describes about until uh, this point. This is the Samadarshinaha. Akattuhu na pasyami param bhutam akattuhu Samadarshina, up to 25. But today we are covering up to uh, only the human beings. Okay, this is up to 11 of those things. Okay. Sorry, we are covering up to Adhijna, so up to 15. Okay, so we shall start with that shloka 28 today. Okay, there are two levels of diagrams which can be easily understood for a layman. And so here also given the stages, but not all stages are covered, but in some lower middle level steps are taken out. But that is a pure devotee, become a pure devotee. Shall we move to the shloka 28 here? So here, living entities are better than the non-living entities, and living entities which show the symptoms, and then further which have got the senses. This shloka covers these 3 to 4 levels. जीवाः श्रेष्ठा हि अजीवानां ततः प्राणावृतः शुभे ततः सजित्ताः प्रवराः ततः इन्द्रियवृत्तयः जीवाः श्रेष्ठा हि अजीवानां. So ajivanam, than inanimate objects. So the jivaha is the living entities are better than inanimate objects. Jivaha shrestha hi ajivanam, and tataha, than them, prana brutaha shubhe, and entities with life symptoms, they are better than that. Shubhe, oh blessed mother Devhuti, likewise Kapil Bhagwan explaining to Devhuti Mata. And then better than tataha sachittaha pravaraha, tataha, than them sachittaha, entities with developed consciousness. Entities with developed consciousness. Sachittaha pravaraha, and better than that, tatasha indriya vrittayaha, with those with the sense perception, they are better. Okay? These are the few levels. Okay, and then here the translation for this. Living entities are superior to inanimate objects, O Blessed Mother, and among them, living entities who display life symptoms are better. Animals with developed consciousness are better than them, and better still are those who have developed sense perception. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, there are 2 paragraphs in this one. Can I request 2 volunteer devotees to read? One devotee to the first paragraph, another devotee next.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Thank you, Prabhuji. In the previous verse, it was explained that living entities should be honored by charitable gifts and friendly behavior. And in this verse and in the following verses, the description of different grades of living entities is given so that one can know when to behave friendly and when to give charity. For example, a tiger is a living entity, part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Supreme Lord is living in the heart of the tiger as super soul. But does this mean that we have to treat the tiger in a friendly manner? Certainly not. We have to treat him differently, giving him charity in form of prasad. The many saintly person in the jungle do not treat the tiger in a friendly way, but they supply prasad foodstuff to them. The tigers can come, take the food and go away, just as dog does. According to the Vedic system, a dog is not allowed to enter the house. Because of their uncleanness, cats and dogs are not allowed within the apartment of a gentleman, but are so trained that they stand outside. The compassionate householder will supply prasad to the dogs and cats who eat outside and then go away. We must treat the lower living entity compassionately, but this does not mean that we have to treat them in the same way we treat other human beings. The feeling of equality must be there, but the treatment should be discriminated. Just how discrimination should be maintained is given in the following 6 verses concerning the different grades of living condition. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very much said. Can I request that the devotee read the next paragraph, please?
I can read, Prabhu, if you want.
Yes, Mataji.
The first division is made between dead, stone-like matter and the living organism. A living organism is sometimes manifested even in stone. Experience shows that some hills and mountains grow. This is due to the presence of the soul within that stone. Above that, the next manifestation of the living condition is development of consciousness, and the next manifestation is the development of sense perception. In the Moksha Dharma section of the Mahabharata, it is stated that trees have developed sense perception. They can see and smell. We know by experience that trees can see. Sometimes in its growth, a large tree changes its course of development to avoid some hindrances. This means that a tree can see, and according to Mahabharata, a tree can also smell. This indicates the development of sense perception. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, very nicely read. Thank you. So here, as previously Kapil Bhagavan describes that Maitriya Abhinena Chakshusha. So this is how to discriminate the living entities. Okay, that based on their living conditions. Okay, so they should be honored by charitable gifts and friendly behavior in this. And then different grades of living entities given so that one can know when to behave friendly and when to give charity. And so this is a state example Prabhupada is nicely explaining here. For the tigers, the saintly people or people who live in the ashramas, they give the prasada. So they will come and eat and then go away. Okay, so that is one thing it mentioned here. And there are many saintly persons in jungles do not treat the tigers in a friendly way because they may eat because they don't have sense of. But if in some circumstances we would say if a person is spiritually empowered, then even the nature of tigers will be calmed down. They act as in a friendly nature. For example, as we see in the Chaitanya Leela, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes through the jungle, those tigers are also dancing uh, for Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And some of the great sages and rishis who are meditating the forest by their influence, the aura around them by their austerities and penances. So those anyways nature would not act. The violence nature would not act to disturb other living entities. That's why they are all calmed down. But here, Prabhupada is explaining that whenever, but not all people are maybe having the similar kind of or the power. So they may be giving prasada foodstuffs to those living entities, tigers like that. They come and take the food and go away, just as dog does. And dog is not allowed to enter the house because of their uncleanliness. Cats and dogs, they are trained. So if you see in the villages, uh, it is not the pet dogs, but however, those dogs and cats, street dogs, some, if it is the evening or lunchtime or in the morning time, they will come and stand outside the home so that the owner of that house may give some food to them. They will wait outside for some time, 5 to 10 minutes, and then if they give, owner give, and then they will eat and then go away. So that is the nature of. So it is practically we have seen such kind of nature. They are trained, though they are not pet dogs. And also the cats are also like that. But we do not maintain the cats to feed, buying a cat food, dog food from the shops and feed them. That is not prescribed here. We give prasad, whatever is offered to the Lord, that is given to cats and dogs, keeping them outside. Okay. And this is a compassionate householder will supply prasada to the dogs and cats who eat outside and then go away. So this is how we must treat the lower living entities compassionately, but this does not mean that we have to treat them in the same way we treat other human beings. Okay, based on their consciousness. Okay, and then the feeling of equality must be there, but the treatment should be discriminating. The feeling of this feeling and this is the treatment. These are two different. Feeling is within the heart and treatment is outside based on the body. How it needs to be treated. Okay, that should be discriminating. Just how discrimination should be maintained is given in the following 6 verses concerning the different grades of living conditions. And giving here, the first division is made between dead stone-like matter and the living organism. This is like a stones and sometimes even the mountains that hills, they're also living entities. Like we see Mainaka mountain in the Ramayana past times, we see that it is coming out of the ocean and speaks to, but it is also personified. Mainaka mountain, he personified and then he speaks to Hanuman. So all those mountains are also they are persons, but they have got mountain body. Okay, so and the living organism is sometimes maintained even in stone. Experience shows that some hills and mountains grow. Okay, and this is due to the presence of the soul within that stone. Above that, the next manifestation of living condition is development of the consciousness. This is what our Krishna consciousness means, elevating. But there is a concept of like a Darwin theory. It is like a human come from the monkeys. That is not the Bhagavatam and the Vedic scripture supports. But it is the development of consciousness. And the next manifestation is the development of sense perception. Prabhupada is bringing from the Moksha Dharma that about the trees. So in the Bhagavatam also, when Brahma has created the trees and different kinds of living entities, there it is described. Maitreya Muni explains, all the immovable trees and plants seek their subsistence upwards. So through the roots, they will get the minerals and water from the through roots and nourished upward. This subsistence is upwards. They're almost unconscious but have feelings of pain within. They are manifested in variegatedness. So they also have got feelings, the trees and plants. The Bhagavatam also supports that. This is Antahasparsha Visheshinaha. Antahasparsha Visheshinaha. And in the next shloka, it is also Brahma's creation. Eighth creation is that of lower species of life, and they have different varieties, numbering 28. They're all extensively foolish and ignorant. They know their desirables by smell, but are unable to remember anything within the heart. This is Brahma's creation. Okay, we have gone through in the 10th chapter of third canto. So coming back to this shloka, this purport again. Even trees can see and smell. We know by experience. So this is all in our experience. We see some of the trees, they grow in the buildings and they will stretch their roots on top of the buildings. So they know the sense, they can see and smell. In its growth, biologically changes its course of development to avoid some hindrances. This means that a tree can see, and according to Mahabharata, a tree can also smell. We see some of the plants, they will catch some of the flies or something like that. We see, I think, carnivorous plants, something like that. I don't remember exact word. Those plants eat the other animals. Okay, and then this indicates the development of sense perception. Okay, this is particular to this shloka. It is explanation about the consciousness. जीवाः श्रेष्ठा हि अजीवानं ततः प्राणभृतः शुभे ततः सचित्ताः प्रवराः ततः इंद्रियवृत्तयः. We have got 8.4 million species. Out of those things, so here it is categorized. Okay, the three levels. We shall move on to the next shloka 29. So here it is described among those living entities who have developed sense perception, those who have developed the sense of taste are better than those who have developed only sense of touch. Better than them or who have developed sense of smell, and better or who have developed sense of hearing. This again, few levels. तत्रापि स्पर्शवेदिभ्यः प्रवरारसवेदिनः तेभ्यो गन्धविदः श्रेष्ठाः ततः शब्दविदो वराः. Tatrapi sparshavedibhyaha. Among those things, those which have got sense perception, out of those, tatrapi sparshavedibhyaha is a sense of touch. I think someone is drawing lines on the things. Okay, so this is sparshavedibhyaha, which have got those perceiving the sense of touch. Okay, and better than them, pravara rasavedinaha, better than them rasavedinaha, those perceiving the taste. Those perceiving the taste. And then further, tebhyaha, than them, gandhavidah sreshtaha, those perceiving the smell. sense of touch, above that sense of taste, above that sense of smell, and above that tataha sabda vidovaraha. This is sound, which are living entities which perceive the sound. Okay, so here, here's a translation. Among the living entities who have developed sense perception, those who have developed the sense of taste are better than those who have developed only the sense of touch, better than them or those who have developed the sense of smell. And better still are those who have developed sense of hearing. So coming to this one, and let us see this one. So sense of touch is the first one is the inanimate matter. Second is life symptoms that appear, sense of touch, sense of taste, sense of smell, and sense of hearing. Number 3 to 6 of this. And giving the examples like a in some there are some scratches on the screen. Can you please someone please remove that one? We have done this, please. Okay, so sense of smell and sense of hearing. These are the four shlokas. One shloka covering for giving like a simple organs, like this is like a um, jellyfish, hydra, etc. Sense of taste, aquatic animals like fish, shellfish, etc. And sense of smell, insects or these ants and butterflies, those. And sense of hearing, birds and some animals that can hear sound. These are the four levels. We'll come back to this shloka, to the purport. Again, there are two paragraphs in the purport. Can I request two devotees to read the purport, please? One devotee, first paragraph, second devotee, second paragraph.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Although Westerners accept that Darwin first expounded the doctrine of evolution, the science of anthropology is not new. The development of the evolutionary process was known long before from the Bhagwatam, which was written 5,000 years ago. There are records of statements of Kapila Muni, who was present almost in the beginning of the creation. This knowledge has existed since the Vedic time, and all these sequences are disclosed in Vedic literature. The theory of gradual evolution or anthropology is not new to the Vedas. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji.
Can I read it, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
It is said there that amongst the trees there are also evolutionary processes. The different kinds of trees have touch perception. It is said that better than the trees are the fish, because fish have developed the sense of taste. Better than the fish are the bees, who have developed the sense of smell, and better than them are the serpents, because serpents have developed the sense of hearing. In the darkness of night, a snake can find its eatable simply by hearing the frog's very pleasant cry. The snake can understand there is the frog, and he captures the frog simply because of its sound vibration. This example is he captures the frog simply, sometimes given for persons who vibrate sound simply for death. One may have a very nice tongue that can vibrate sound like the frogs, but that kind of vibration is simply calling death. The best use of the tongue and of sound vibration is to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. That will protect one from the hands of cruel death. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Mataji, would you like to, I think the scratches come from your user ID. Would you like to remove these lines, Mataji, please?
How can I do that?
I think maybe undo something like maybe
I
accidentally.
don't know why it is happening. I'll try. I
Sure,
can't.
Mataji.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so here Prabhupada is describing that this evolutionary process was known long before from the Srimad Bhagwatam. Srimad Bhagwatam, it is existed from the beginning of the creation. It is mentioned like the Brahmane Bhagavatam Brahma Kalpa Upagate. idam Bhagavatam Nam Puranam Brahma Samhitam Brahmane Bhagavatam Brahma Kalpa Upagate. This Bhagavatam existed since the Brahma Kalpa in the sound form, and it is used to transfer from guru to disciples. And in due course of time, this knowledge was lost. Yesha atmapato abjektaha nastaha kalena bhuyasa tam pravritam deham imam vidhi mayabhritam. So Kapila Bhagavan says that this knowledge has been lost in due course of time, and Kapil Bhagavan, he is re-establishing the same knowledge which was existing before. It is not a new one, but it is the existing one, but it is given a fresh re-spoken. Similarly, as Bhagavad Gita also, Bhagavad Gita was spoken to Vivaswan. Imam Vivaspate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam. Vivaswan Manave Praha Manur Ikshvakavi Abhravit. Evam Parampara Praptum Imam Rajasya Viduhu Sakalena Mahata Yogo Nastaha Parantapa. Sayevaya Maya Chedha Yogaha Proktaha Puratanaha Bhaktosimi Sakacheti. So Bhaktosmi Sakacheti Rahasyam Ketad Uttamam. So Arjuna, I'm going to speak this Bhagavad Gita knowledge which was spoken to the Sun God. The same knowledge is already there. It is again giving a fresh re-spoken, the fresh wordings. Okay, so this knowledge has existed since Vedic time. All these sequences are disclosed in the Vedic literature. The theory of gradual evolution or anthropology is not too new to the Vedas. And whatever the science is doing, there is only just discovering, which is already there. They're just covering. They're not inventing new things. It is already they're discovering. Okay, and then further Prabhupada describes about again these levels, which is again in the process. The first is the creepers and the plants. That is first level with sense of touch, with life symptoms, and then better than sense of touch, sense of taste, smell, and hearing. Those 4 levels of living entities. And one example Prabhupada gives about a frog. In the Bhagavatam, the Saunakaji sages, they speak about Bile Baturukrama Vikramanye Nashranutaha Karnapute Narasya Jihasati Dadureke Vasuta Nachopagaiti Urugaya Gadaha. Those tongues which are not vibrating the names of the Lord, the holy names of the Lord, they're just like a tongue, frog tongues, tongue of a frog. And those ear holes just like the snake holes. So likewise, Savanakadi says, they condemn the people who are not hearing and who are not chanting the holy names of the Lord. Bile Baturukrama Vikramanye Nashrnutaha Karnapute Narasya Jihwasati Dadurike Vasuta Nachopagaiti Urgaya Gadaha. One who has not listened to the messages about the prowess and marvelous acts of the personality of Godhead, and has not sung or chanted loudly the worthy songs about the Lord, is to be considered to possess earth holes like the holes of snakes and tongue like the tongue of a frog. As soon as one keep on talking like a this is frog. It is prasangam ajaram pasham. Atmanaha kavyo viduhu. This is prasangam ajaram pasham. It is a call for death. Call for death. That's why Atmanaha kavyo viduhu, who are very intelligent, what they will do? Sayeva sadhushu krito mokshadbharam apavritam. They associate with the saintly people. They associate with saintly people. In such a way, the door for the liberation is open. The intelligent person make association with the devotees. But otherwise, if we are making association with the materialistic people, they're just like a frogs, and their speakings like a prasangam ajram pasham, yama pasham. Okay, so then the death is going to swallow them. Kala karma gunadhino dehoyam panchabhautikaha katamanyam tu bhopayit sarpagrasto yataparam. The body will be swallowed by the time serpent in due course of time. One may be going few days early, one may be going few days later. Everyone will go into the tummy of Kala Sarpa. No one can protect other person. We may think that I will protect my children, I will protect my parents, I will protect so many people. But no one can protect unless he is a devotee. By giving Krishna consciousness to them, it is not possible in the materialistic platform. The body falls, but here as the consciousness, evolutionary process of consciousness. Once it brings to the Krishna consciousness, this is pravishanti akuto bhayam. He will not, that will protect from hands of cruel death. By chanting how the process is, the best use of tongue and of sound vibration is to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. इति षोडशकं नाम्नं कलिकल्मषनाशकं नातः परतः उपायः सर्ववेदेषु दृश्यते. All shastras, they bring the summarized essence is to glorify Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangaha Param Rajet. Yoginam Rupanirnitam Hare Namanu Kirtanam. So this is it is described in the Bhagavatam. Yoginam Rupanirnitam Hare Namanu Kirtanam Anukirtanam. Again and again glorify the names of the Lord. Nirvijyamananam Ichitam Akuto Bhayam. Ichitam Akuto Bhayam. Who wanted to come out from the fearful of this material nature. Then for them, these yogis have given this path, chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Nama Anukirtanam. And these three words of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, in a very beautiful way, we can put so many combinations and permutations. It will come so nice kirtans. That sound vibration will protect one from the hands of cruel death. This is what we need to remember whenever we leave the body. Antakale cha mam eva smaran muktva khalevaram. Yah prayat samadbhavam yati nasti atra samsaya. Okay, that is from this shloka here about the 4 levels of living entities. Let us go and see further in the next shloka, 38th one. So here Kapil Bhagavan describes the living entities which can identify the form, and better than them which have got upper teeth and lower teeth, better than them which have got multi-legged, and better than that 4-legged, better than that 2-legged. So coming to this diagram here. So here from 7 to 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, this shloka covers the form, and then having upper and lower teeth, and multi-legged creatures, quadrupeds, and human beings. These human beings are 2-legged ones. Okay, the shloka goes like this. Rupa bheda vidastatra tatasya ubayato datah tesham bahupadaha sreshtaha chatushpadaha tatodhipat. Rupa bheda vidastatra. Rupa Bheda, distinctions of form, Vidaha, those who perceive, Rupa Bheda, Vidaha, Tatra, than them, Tatasya Ubayoto Dataha, and those living entities with the Ubayato dataha. Dataha is the those with teeth. Ubayaha, the upper teeth. Ubayataha is the upper teeth and lower teeth, both jaws. Tesham bahupadaha sreshtaha. Better than them, bahupadaha. Those which have many legs. Sreshtaha. Better than them, chatushpadaha. Four-legged animals. Better than them, dipad. Tataha, dipad. Tato dipad. It's the two-legged ones. The translation. Better than those living entities who can perceive sound, or those who can distinguish between one form and another. Better than them are those who have developed upper and lower sets of teeth. And better still are those who have many legs. Better than them are quadrupeds. And better still are human beings. Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Take any request anyone to read the small purport, please. And after.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, thank you. It is said that certain birds, such as crows, can distinguish one form from another. Living entities have many legs, like the wasp, are better than plants and grasses, which have no legs. Four-legged animals are better than many-legged living entities, and better than the animals is human being, who has only two legs. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So coming to this one, so coming from 7, recognition of forms that we can see as a dog is here mentioned, be able to distinguish one form from another, and then upper and lower teeth is a crocodile is given here, animals with developed upper and lower sets of teeth, and then many-legged creatures like the spiders, ants, insects, crabs, centipedes, etc. These are many-legged creatures. And quadrupeds like the lion, cow, elephant, these are all four-legged. And the two-legged ones, the human beings, and also monkeys may also come into the chimpanzees. They may also come into this category. Okay, these are the 5 living entities are given. These are all evolutionary process of consciousness. And also according to consciousness, living entities acquire the body. Brahma gives the body to those living entities. Okay, that is from this shloka. Okay, so now I think it is a time for Chaurashtakam. Maybe after Chaurashtakam, we can continue the next shloka. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So is it the time for Chaurashtakam Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, if that's okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So for today's bhajan, we have our dear Kirtida Dulali Mataji. But before she sings the bhajan, is it okay if Girish Prabhuji, are you okay to do the recitation, please? Thank you.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. We offer our respectful obeisances to that foremost of thieves, who is famous in Vraj as the butter thief, and he who steals the gopi's cloth, and who, for those who take shelter of him, steals the sins which have accrued over many lifetimes. We offer our respectful obeisances to the foremost of thieves, who steal Srimati Radhika's heart, who steal the dark lust of a fresh rain cloud, and who steals all the sins and suffering of those who take shelter of his lotus feet. He turned his surrendered devotees into paupers and wandering homeless beggar. Alas, such a fearsome thief has never been seen or heard of in all the 3 worlds. Mere utterance of his name purges one of a mountains of sins. Such an astonishingly wonderful thief we have never seen or heard of anywhere. O thief, having stolen our wealth, our honor, our senses, our life, and our everything, where can you run to? We have caught you with the rope of our devotion. You cut the terrible noose of Yamraj, you sever the dreadful noose of material existence, and you slash everyone's material bondage. But you are unable to cut the knot fastened by your own loving devotees. O stealer of our everything, O thief, today we have imprisoned you in the miserable prison house of our heart, which is very fearful due to the terrible darkness of our ignorance. And therefore, there for a very long time you will remain receiving appropriate punishment for your crimes of thievery. O Krishna, thief of our everything, the noose of our devotion remaining forever tied, you will continue to reside in the prison house of our heart because we will not release you for millions of aeons. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shri Purushottam Das ki jai. Chorashkam ki jai. Vraje prasidam navanita choram गोपागगनं चदुकूलचौरम् अनेकजन्मा अर्चिता पापचौरं चौरागगनं पुरुषं नमामि क्षीराधिकाया हृदया सचौरं नवाम्बुदश्यामलकान्तिचौरम् पदाश्रितं नाम च समस्तचौरं चौराग्रगणं पुरुषं नमामि अकिञ्चनीकृत्य पदाश्रितं य करोति भिक्षुं पतिगेहहीनं केनाप्यहोभिशनाचारहृदिक् दृष्टाश्रुतो वा न जगत्त्रयेऽपि यदेनमापहरिताशेषं गिरिप्रसारान् अपि पापराशिम् आश्चर्यरूपो ननु चोररिदिक् दृष्टाश्रुतो वा न मया कदापि धनं च मानं च ततेन्द्रियाणि प्रमाश्चरित्वा मम सर्व एव प्रलयस्य कृतो धृतोदचर्या त्वं भक्तिदाम्नसि मया निरुद छिन्नास्ति गौरं यमपाशबन्धं विनास्ति भीमां भवपाशबन्धं छिन्नास्ति सर्वस्य समस्तबन्धं नैवात्मनो भक्त कृतं तु बन्धं मन्मानसे तामसराशि घोरे कारागृहे दुःख मया निबध लभस्वहे चोरा हरे चिराय स्वचौर्यदोषो चितमेव दण्डम् कारागृहे वश सदा हृदये मदीये मद्भक्तिपाशा दृढबन्धना निश्चलासान् त्वं कृष्ण हे प्रलये कोटि शतान्तरेऽपि सर्वसचोर हृदयं नहि मोचयामि हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 Hare Hare. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Namrita Mataji. Thank you.
Haribol Mataji, wonderfully sang. Thank you so much, Girish Prabhuji, for a wonderful recitation. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji and Prabhuji. Yes, back to again Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 29, verse number 31. Okay, so in 31 shloka, it is describing about the out of now so far, two-legged animals have been described up to here. And then after that, Varnashrama Dharma from 11, and then later on Brahmanas, and Brahmanas are the best out of Varnashrama. Out of Brahmanas, who knows Vedas and who knows the meaning of the Vedas. Okay, this is up to 12, 13, 14, and 15. Four more levels. Okay, we are covering in the next shloka, 31 shloka. ततो वर्णाशचत्वारः तेषां ब्राह्मणवुत्तमहं ब्राह्मणेषु अपि वेदज्ञो यद्दज्ञो अभ्यधिकः ततः ततो वर्णाशचत्वारः. Out of these varnas, this is Brahmana and Kshatriya, Vaishnava, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. Out of these four, Brahmana is the best. Tato varnasha chatvaraha. Of these four classes, Tesham Brahmana Uttamaha. Out of those, Brahmana is the best. Brahmaneshu api Vedajno. Out of those Brahmanas, Vedajno. Vedajnaha is the Vedas, one who knows the Vedas. This is Samaveda, Yajurveda, Rigveda, Atharvana Veda. Okay, four Vedas. But there may be one who knows one Veda and who knows two Vedas. He is called Dvivedi. Who knows three Vedas? Trivedi. Who knows four Vedas? He is called Chaturvedi. But one who knows the essence of it, that is, Shaddajno Abhidikaha Tataha. Certainly Addaha, the purpose of those Vedas. Who knows Jnaha, Addajnaha, one who knows the purpose of those Vedas. Abhidikaha, he is the better than those who studied the Vedas. Though one may be studying, everyone are getting passed, getting the degrees, but who knows that essence of that degree? Who has learned the concepts and subjects, he is the best, not simply the marks. Who knows the concept is the best, because he will be able to counteract those problems, anything which comes in that subject matter. Okay, so this is the levels and the translation. Among human beings, the society which is divided according to quality and work is best. And that society, the intelligent men who are designated as Brahmanas are best. Among the Brahmanas, one who has studied the Vedas is the best. And among the Brahmanas who have studied the Vedas, one who knows the actual purport of Veda is best. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so can I request any devotee to read this purport, please?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. The system of four classifications in human society according to quality and work is very scientific. This system of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Sudras have now become vitiated as the present caste system in India. But it appears that this system has been current a very long time, since it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagwatam and Bhagavad Gita. Unless there is such a division of the social orders in human society, including the intelligent class, the martial class, the mercantile class, and the laborer class, there is always confusion as to who is to work for what purpose. A person trained to the stage of understanding the absolute truth is a Brahmana. And when such a Brahmana is Vedajnan, he understands the purpose of Veda. The purpose of Veda is to understand the Absolute One, who understands the Absolute Truth in three phases, namely Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. and who understands the term Bhagwan to mean the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is considered to be the best of the Brahmanas or a Vaishnava. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so again here, Srila Prabhupada is describing the classifications in human society according to quality and work. Is the Guna Karma Vibhakashaha. Chaturvarni Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhakashaha. So, Tasya Kartaram Apimam Vidya Kartaram Avyayam. So Krishna, though he has created based on the quality and work for the human society. So this is the out of there are so many people, but they do not have this Varnashrama Dharma. But sometimes we see some people may be electing one leader, and leader may be just ruling, just like a leader. That's all. But we do not see Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya, Sudra. This is it comes from the Vedic system, and this. But practically, it exists in every country, but they have not categorized. They do not recognize like that. But in the Vedic civilization, it is properly categorized according to guna and karma. Okay, and then, but it appears that this system has been current a very long time. So, in the Prithu Maharaj, he in his kingdom, he mentions this. So, I am the king, and I have a duty to protect the society and protect Varnashrama Dharma. To protect one Shetushu Stapita Prudak. Shetushu Stapita Prudak. So in such a way he speaks to in front of among the sages and sadhus and all when he was performing the sacrifice, all the people come from different parts of the universe and sitting there. At that time he speaks that I have got a duty to protect this Varnashrama Dharma, which is protected by Supreme Personality of Godhead. And by following this Varnashrama Dharma, one can, and this is purpose of it is Samsiddhir Haritoshanam, for the pleasure of the Hari. By performing once all his uh, needs in all the ashramas and varnas, their needs will be completely fulfilled. And for that purpose, Prit Maharaj was mentioning, I have a duty to protect this Varnashrama Dharma. So, and because he speaks his heart, it must be spoken among the sages. Sabhyaha sunitu bhadram vaha, sadhavo ya iha agataha. And all the sadhus are present here. So that's why Satsujijnasupihi dharmam, one has to speak dharma, what is right among those sadhus. Satsujijnasupihi dharmam avedyam swamanishitam. Avedyam, he has to present whatever his intentions are among those sadhus. That's why when all devotees come together, we are always competitive to read this purport and read the scriptures. But of course, the scriptures are available even for ourselves. In our own time, we can read it. But we wanted to read here among the devotees. This is Avedyam Swamanishhitam. We need to read and then reflect among the devotees. Then those sadhus or whoever is present, those learned people, in case if it needs any rectification, they will correct it. So there he speaks. It's a very beautiful statement he mentions. If anyone is performing one activity in the kingdom, so whoever is giving the approval and whoever is working and whoever is supporting, those three people, they will share the results of that activity. A king and also demigods and also the person who has executed that activity. So that in such a way, tulyam yat prechitat palam. This is Pitru Devarshyo Amalaha. So they Yuyam Tad Anumodadbhum Pitru Devarshyo Amalaha. Kattuhu Sastuhu Anujnatuhu Tulyam Yat Prechitat Palam. Those three people will share the results. Demigods are, in case the Karta is Kattuhu Sastuhu Anujnatuhu Tulyam Tat Prechitat Palam. So likewise, Prithu Maharaj says, that's why he speaks and then he takes the approval from all the demigods and rishis and everyone who are present, so that he is not wrong at any point of time. Tulyam tat precha, yat precha tat palam. Okay, that's why, and he mentions that I have a duty to protect the Varnashrama Dharma. So that means it has been there for a very long time. Just will bring that one shloka come from that. So here, here he speaks about it. Aham dandadharva raja prajanam iha yojitaha rakshita vichitaha speshu setushu stapita prutak. King Prudu continued, by the grace of the Supreme Lord, I have been appointed the king of this planet, and I carry the scepter to rule the citizens, protect them from all danger, and give them employment according to their respective positions in the social order established by Vedic injunctions. This is the Varnashrama Dharma. Here Srila Prabhupada describes that. So Chaturvadnya Maya Srishtam Gunakarami Bhakshi. So here Prithu Maharaj is protecting that dharma which is established by Krishna. So he says Maya Srishtam Gunaka Chaturvadnya Maya Srishtam. This is established by Vedic injunction. It is a duty of the king to protect. Okay, so that's why it has been there for a very long time. It is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagwatam and Bhagavad Gita. And unless there is such a division of the social orders in human society, including the intelligent class, martial class, and mercantile class, and labor class, there is always confusion as to who is to work for what purpose. Nowadays, all these people, Dasyuprayashu Rajashu, and Dasyupraya, almost all of the rulers, they're just like a plunderers and rogues, occupying the high positions like the ministers and the presidents like that. And what is their duty? It is plunder. Dasyu Prayeshu. Dasyu, they are plunderers and rogues. Rajashu, the rulers. In this age of Kali, those occupy those positions. But actually, the Brahmanas should be sitting in those positions and give the instructions to the Kshatriyas according to the Vedic injunctions. So here, a person trained to the stage of understanding the absolute truth is Brahmana. In the Brahmana, again, there are 4 levels of the Brahmana. One is Savitram, Prajapatyam, Brahmam, and then Bruhat. The 4 levels, the Brahman in the beginning, Savitram, he is given sacred thread, and then he will be just entering for to become a Brahmana. That is sacred. That is called Savitram, that ceremony. And then after that, Prajapatyam, he goes through follows all rules and regulations strictly for 1 year. That is called Prajapatyam. And then later on, Brahmam. Brahmam is like studying the Vedas, Vedic injunctions, so that he will be qualified to become a Brahmana. And then further is the Bruhat. If he is, because of knowledge, his knowledge, if he is able to control his senses, then he can enter into Bruhat, like a Naistika Brahmachari, like our Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami and the Narada Muni 4 Kumaras are like that. So that is the levels within the Brahmana. And when such a Brahmana is Vedajna, who understands the purpose of this Vedas, Vedajna, he understands the purpose of Vedas. Can anyone say that what is the purpose of Vedas from Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter?
Vedeshu.
Vedesi Sarva Vedaham. Krishna says he is the Vedas. The Vedas come from him. So the purpose of knowing the Veda is to know Krishna.
Shloka, Mataji.
I'm not sure, Prabhuji. You have the Veda. We have the. If you have it, I can.
15, Prabhuji. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivistya मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानम् अपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृत् वेदविदेव चाहम्. Thank you, Prabhu. Oh, you want me? Okay. I'm seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. So that is who knows the purpose of the Vedas. That means that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the purpose of Veda is to understand the absolute truth. And the absolute truth is to be known in the three phases: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Can anyone say that? What shloka says that one? It is Srimad Bhagwatam, the first canto.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Yeah. Do you want me to read the purport? Yeah.
No, Mataji. So, where does this statement, absolute truth is in three phases, namely Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan? What shloka is that one from Bhagavatam, Mataji? Okay.
It says Brahmati Paramatmeti
Yes.
Bhagavanameti. I know, but I can't remember, Prabhu.
Would you recite, Mataji, please?
Yeah. Vedante tattvavidas tattvam yagnam advayam brahmati paramatmeti bhagavan iti sabdyate. The translation. Learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth call this non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely recited and the translation. So this is absolute truth is known in the Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. And who understands the term Bhagavan to mean the Supreme Personality of Godhead? He is considered to be the best of the Brahmanas or Vaishnava. So evam Bhagavato Rupam, etad Bhagavato Rupam, Brahmanah, Paramatmanah, Param Pradhanam Purusham, Daivim Karma Vichestitam. Daivim Karma Vichestitam. So again, here in this same shloka, I think somewhere it is described later on. I think that is Daivim Karma Vichestitam. Yeah, this is Etad Bhagavato Rupam Brahmanah Paramatmanah Param Pradhanam Purusham Daivam Karma Vichestitam. Can anyone read the translation?
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. This Purusha, whom the individual soul must approach, is the eternal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Brahman and Paramatma. He is the transcendental chief personality, and his activities are all spiritual. Hare Krishna, thank you.
And as we have gone through 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, can anyone say in which shloka it is described that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead? All Purushottam we have been reciting 15th chapter all the time. In the last 4 shlokas, Krishna describes 17 onwards. So, Uttama Purushastvanyah Paramatmeti Udahrutaha Yo Lokatrimavisha Vipatti Avyaya Ishvaraha. Uttama Purushastvanyah. So there is the greatest living personality, the Supreme Soul. And then that is 16th, 17th sloka. In the 18th sloka, Yasmaksharam Atitoham Akshiradapi Chottamaha Adosmi loke vedecha pratitaha Purushottamaha. And he is glorified in all the worlds like a Purushottama. And the 19th slok, whoever understands that, he engages in the devotional service to that Lord, the Supreme Personality. Yo mam evam asammodo janati purushottamam sa sarvid bhajiti mam sarvabhavena bharata. And then further he says that is the confidential. It is the confidential knowledge. Iti guhyatamam shastram idam muktu mayanaga etad buddha buddhiman syat pratakrutyasya bharata. Okay, this is how one can make his life perfect. Okay, so that is Krishna says in the 15th chapter. So here, who understands the meaning of the Vedas, he would engage uh, in the devotional service to the Lord. So coming back to this one, so here, out of this, Ardhajna, so this is the one, the 15th is the one who is described here, who knows the essence of those Vedas. And then further few levels are there. Okay, 16 to around 33. But up to here, up to 20, up to 24, this covers in the next two shlokas. Next one shloka. But I shall share this one. So I stop there, and I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions or you wanted to share anything or reflect or comment, kindly ask questions, kindly share, reflect or comment. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, oh, sorry, Jai Mataji, you go ahead first.
No, Mataji, you go, please.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my pranam, so glories to Srila Prabhupada. Beautifully explained, Prabhuji, really beautiful. Thank you for sharing this, Prabhuji. This is so beautifully done. I appreciate that, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one question I had was, when we were talking about the animals and the dogs and stuff and the discrimination,
Yes.
Why the discrimination, Prabhuji? Could you elaborate a little bit on that one?
Because they are not clean.
Okay. But they're all Krishnas. They're all Krishnas.
Yes.
Krishna's saying that everybody has a super soul. Everybody has. I'm sitting in everybody. So.
Yes. So here Prabhupada is mentioning that the feeling of equality must be there. This is a feeling of equality, but treatment is different. Should be discriminating, but the treatment should be discriminating, because cats and dogs, they are not clean, as Prabhupada here mentions that. Who eat outside and go away. We must treat lower living in compassionate, but this does not mean that we have to treat them in the same way as we treat other human beings.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, so thankful for you for this beautiful class. I was just thinking about Namrata Mataji's question as well. Is it also because we may not be able to elevate them higher, the animals, if we are looking after pets? Would we be, that verse, the Guru Nastyat, that verse comes to my mind. Is it because of that we because they don't have the consciousness that we cannot elevate them? Or?
We can elevate, but however, how we need to elevate them? So by chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, that is one way. So if they are hearing, when we are spiritually elevated, they will hear and their consciousness will be elevated. Again, Tevai Vidanti Aditaranti Cha Devamayam Sri Sudra Kona Shabrapi Papa Jivaha Yed Adbhuta Krama Parayana Sela Sikshaha Tiryak Janapi Kimusadharanaye Tiryak, all this, even the animal beings, they also can be elevated to the of course, to the higher level by proper devotional service. That does not mean that we bring them to the home, but we make them hear sound vibrations.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Yes. So my question, I actually have two. I don't know if anybody else wants to go. I can start with one. The one of the questions I think that came across from one of the course was that, is Varnashram Dharma still relevant in the world today? Now, the purport you covered sort of said, the last, I think it was the last purport but I am trying to understand that we can say, yes, it is still relevant today, but we are not following the Varnashram Dharma. Would that be correct? And I think, sorry, I shouldn't be saying I think. Prabhupada also mentioned that we are all classified as Shudras because we are serving other people.
Yes, currently that system is there, but occupations are by different people. Sudras are occupying those Brahmanical positions. So that is the problem. So it is still existing in the society, but who are occupying those positions are not right.
Okay.
That's why we do not see the system is there.
So it's not clear cut,
Yes.
the present system. Okay.
Yes. There is always confusion as to who is work for what purpose.
Okay.
Confusion is there.
Okay. Okay. And my other small question was, the chart, the diagram you showed, the beautiful picture. What I don't understand is that level 9, many-legged creatures, they are insects more or less, aren't they?
Yes, spiders.
So why are they above dogs and is it to do with the consciousness? They have higher consciousness than.
Yes, this is
because I would have thought they would be near the birds and bees. They would come after that, after those ants rather.
Yes, for example, if we take a spider, multi-legged animal, so it will create its web, it maintains its subsistence, and then it will even wind up the web. So it's very intelligent. So if we see the consciousness, it is a bit intelligent than the crocodiles, I would say. And also ants also in the summer period, they will collect all the grains and store in their home, and then for saving in the rainy season. They are also very intelligent. Consciousness elevated further.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I mean, just looking at the picture, I would have thought, but it's more to do with consciousness rather than
yes
the size or yeah. Thank you.
Ascending hierarchy of consciousness.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. My pranams again. Sorry, Prabhuji, that led to another question because of Jai Mataji. So, Prabhuji, you explained the consciousness very nicely, but if we think about the ants and thing, when they're walking, they don't know how to, they're just walking on the path, aren't they? They don't have any consciousness that somebody's gonna walk over them.
Yes, the consciousness is there, but that is better than the crocodiles like that. That is, but that does not mean they are better than the cows.
Okay. But if you look at the dog and cats and stuff, right? They're aware that a car is coming, something's coming.
Yes.
Whereas the ants they're just walking on the path.
Yes. Like because of the size, they cannot run very fast.
Okay, understood. Okay, so it's how they're looking after themselves when it comes to food and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a conscious.
Thank you. Thank you,
Prabhuji. There are again limitations on the size of the creature.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, but like Namrata Mataji is saying, so yeah, I heard in one of Prabhupada's lecture that for ants, Prabhupada is saying that when the ants, they are walking, and if someone, they have that consciousness, they have that intelligence that if they are walking, if you put a finger, so they will change their way. It's
Yes.
a lecture, Prabhupada. So they have that much intelligence there, that some obstacle is there, so they are changing their way.
That's true, Mataji. Haribol.
Haribol.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for your nice explanation as usual. Nice questions are going on. Some people are talking about their pets, if they're going to elevate their pets. But first of all, we should understand that we should be able to elevate ourselves first. We are not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who sent the dog to Vaikuntha. Or we are not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who can make the wild animal chant Hare Krishna. Right? So the other question was, I was going to tell that, and then Titi Dadurali Mataji said that just not a finger, just put a little twig in front of an ant, you will see they will divert. So they have the consciousness that the size here matters. Yes. Yes, that very nice debate is going on. Jay Mataji's question also. So we should think about ourselves first. Can we liberate ourselves or our family, our children? Can we do something for them first before thinking? The dog, for sure, the dog will get some sukriti by listening to the Mahamantra or the chanting or eating the prasadam, things like that. But it is not possible for us to liberate the dog. They may get some sukriti, but difficult. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Also, I was thinking about a question before when you said about the mountain. I think you said something about the mountain.
Yes, mountains. They are also.
Yes. So, I was listening to a class and then I heard that at the beginning of the creation, the mountains could fly.
Yes.
They had wings. They could fly. And then because they were landing everywhere and anywhere and they were causing damages, then Indra, who is the king of the demigods, he cut their wings so they could not fly. That's why they became like static in one place. They cannot move anymore.
Yes.
Also, the demons were coming from the lower planetary system to disturb the life of the human being or the living entities on the Earth planet. I think either the Mandara mountain or the Mainak mountain was used to block that path also. One of the two mountains were used. I think the Mandara mountain. It was used to block from the sea, bottom of the sea, so that the demons cannot come up to this material world. But then, if you know, nowadays demons live everywhere. Satya Yuga, they were living different planets, and then Treta, they started living maybe same planet, and then Dwarpa, same country, and in Kali Yuga, in the same body. Everybody has the demons and the good side and the bad side in our bodies. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. So this first time this story comes as part of Ramayana, where Hanuman is going. So yes, thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing that. Okay, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, my mission is stuck. Okay, any other questions, dear devotees?
Prabhuji, the Shaligram stone, does it have like, when it's cut into half, there is like a mark, there is a circular round thing in it. Is that a fossil of something, or is it natural just like that? There's like a chakra type round carvings inside.
I think Prabhuji is cut off. And may I say something about it, Jai Mataji?
Yes, of course, of course.
Yeah, so the Saligram Sila that we buy in the market, they are not the real one. Actually, Saligram Sila, if you go to Gandaki River, the source of Gandaki River, and then there with tapasya, with prayers, if you just put a tulsi leaf on the water, the Saligram will come up by itself. That you will know it's a real one. Because people have kind of destroyed and exploited all these shilas. That's why we don't get the actual real Saligram Shila nowadays. Unless the yogis, they themselves will go and with the tapasya, they can make the Saligram come up with tulsi leaves. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So I was, yeah, my mission was stuck up. Were you hearing Mataji when I was speaking about Saligram Sila?
No, we couldn't hear you.
Okay, so I think one of the Brahmana, he was having Saligrama Sila, and he used to worship, but inside that there is a hole. It is kind of hollow kind of thing. And once when he was carrying it, fall down and broke. But when it was broken, it split into two. Inside that there is a Narayana form. Inside the Narayana is lying, and then that form was beautiful form was there. I'll share that video. And then his Brahman, he was chanting so many prayers to, and then he was in so much of ecstasy. So they're all naturally formed. They are directly called Narayana Sila.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah. Only because we covered the bit on stone that even stone has consciousness inside.
Yes, stones have got consciousness.
That's why I was asking. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madani. Okay, any other questions? Okay, if there are no questions, then we shall conclude our session for tonight. And I'll see you on next Friday.
Hari Bol to Prabhuji 3 times maybe.
Hari Bol,
Hari
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Vanchaka patarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Grantharaj Srimad Bhagwatam ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, so
Namo
much.
Ki Jai.
Prabhuji ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.